Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl G's Louise, back with another message. I've been had this message on my mind for like a couple of days actually. Like how to deliver it was I don't be knowing what these things mean sometimes. But yeah, like I wanted to talk about lessons, like the lessons, like life is one big lesson, right? So I'm like, it's just like when you're learning how to walk, learning how to ride a bike, it's like, are you learning from when you fall? Like when you fall, when you make them like take a wrong turn, or are you learning from the mistake I've been feeling like lately, like mistakes are just decisions that you make that happen to be not in your best interest, right? But I just think that life is one big lesson, and when you're not learning your lessons, you are forced to repeat the same cycle over and over and over again. Like, you're not like, it's not like if you dealt with a certain type of guy, you know what I'm saying, and he turned out to be some bullshit, 9 times out of 10, if you mess with the same type of guy again, it's gonna be the same thing again. Or niggas, like when they get locked up, right? Especially on that petty shit, because a lot of niggas get locked up over so stupid, petty ass shit. So you just be like, damn, nigga, you ain't learn your lesson. And it's like, if you don't learn your lesson, you're going to repeat. You know what I'm saying? Divinely. Like, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you knowing and being aware, because we tend to get ahead of ourselves and think like, oh man, I just know what's up. Like, I'm in control of everything. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? There's a source that's higher than you, whether you want to believe it or not. There is a spiritual realm. Okay? There's so many things that you cannot explain. So you don't know everything. You think you do. We think we do. We don't know shit. Okay? It's just what it is. They say I parked wrong, because these people, every time I'm waiting on my food, y'all. Every time a person, I think somebody else parked wrong. It really ain't even me. It's not even me, guys. It's somebody else. But like, the point that I'm trying to make is that when a nigga, like, let's just say you get locked up. Me and my friend was talking about this. So you get locked up, and it was domestic violence. That's petty, right? You fighting and shit. You doing stupid shit. As you're going to jail for the umpteenth time for the same type of thing, and you're still talking shit like, oh, well, she shouldn't have this, and blah, 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 blah. And you're like not taking responsibility or accountability. It's like you didn't learn your lesson. You know what I'm saying? You're not learning anything. You're thinking that you're right in the situation, and that you're being treated unfairly by going to jail. Like, oh, I didn't do anything. She shouldn't have did this, and or she shouldn't have been saying this, and I wouldn't have had to hit her. Or, I did this. I stole the candy, but shit, I needed it. Whatever the fuck you went to jail for, or whatever you're getting arrested for. And if you're making excuses for your behavior and not owning that shit, you didn't learn your lesson, right? Like my brother, for instance, I remember He was getting sentenced. And when he got sentenced, first of all, his attorney didn't even make me pay all the money for him. Once he got sentenced, he said, man, he's the most humble guy I've ever met. My brother was like calm. And he just, it's like he didn't make excuses. I know. Because I'm playing this game. So I know that by me playing this game, there are consequences. These are my consequences. So I'm eating that shit. And the man, I'll never forget, they asked him, do you have anything you want to say? He said, nah, I just really want to get this going so I can get on back. So, I mean, it's like one of those things when you take accountability and you understand exactly why you're in the predicament that you're in. And a lot of times when you have to do that, it can really bruise your ego. It can really fuck your head up. Just owning up to the fact that you are the problem. You are responsible for what the fuck is going on right now. And that shit is in itself is very, 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 very hard to understand. Even when bitches is getting in relationships and they leave a nigga, they have to leave a nigga, or this shit goes south with the relationship, and a lot of bitches like, he did this, he did that, and I get it. You know, they do a lot of shit. I can attest to that. But there are parts of it that you have to take responsibility for. Is the fact that you was even fucking with the fuck boy in the first place. You mad at yourself because you missed the signs. You missed the motherfucking signs. You know what I'm saying? It's you. Am I still part wrong? Like, is this me or something? Like, it seems like everybody who come right here. It's like, I think that people, I don't know what the hell is going on. This shit is crazy. I'm trying to park over here so somebody else park wrong. It can't be me. Because I don't understand why everybody can't get right here. Either they A, can't drive, or B, because I keep looking and I'm like, I'm making it why I can't get the fuck out the car. You know? Anyway. So, I'm saying, like, there's lessons in everything that we are going through. You know, even when you're doing trial and error with business, you fuck up. You fuck up money. You fuck up shit, and you be like, damn, that's a bruise to the ego too. And ain't nobody first of all, you can't do everything, or that's like being a parent. Like, they don't give you a handbook. And even when you do get a handbook, shit, you can still fuck up, because there's things that come up that's not in the handbook. It's called life. There's lessons, and this shit is fucking hard to swallow when you know that you are the cause, or you have, brought on a lot of these things in your life, these things that you didn't necessarily want to deal with in the first place, but they came about, and they were put there to teach you a lesson, because maybe you struggled with something that you didn't even know you struggled with. Maybe you got control issues. Maybe you're addicted to toxicity, and then you attach yourself to certain people and certain things, certain places that bring you more bullshit, and then you're like, why is this happening to me? But it's you. And that is the hardest part to get. And when you really sit and think, like, damn, this is me, I am the one causing these things, then you can start to build on how you're going to remove it. And even if you want to make a decision, do you even want to remove it? Do you want to stay toxic? Do you want to stay in that space, or do you want to change it? But some things will hit you so fucking hard that you're going to want to change it. Because you ain't going to never want to feel like that again. It's just like, I'm cool on that shit. I don't ever want to experience this type of hurt. So then you do something. You get up and you do something. Because if things are not shaking up for you, you're going to stay in the same... There goes somebody else that can barely make it. It's like, that person, I park right, and that person park right. This is so funny, because everybody who comes right here, they're like, no. Like, they struggle to pull up, and that car could have made it in. But, all I'm saying is that if you learn your lesson, you won't have to go through it again. And you learn your lesson by really facing what really is, and owning your part in that shit. Because to be perfectly honest, if a nigga is getting locked up and he's blaming it on another motherfucker, then that means that he hasn't learned. So he's going to go back. He's going to go back. And that's just what it is. I know people would beg to differ. Like, oh no, the police be fucking... Okay. Like I said, like, my sister and I was out eating. I wanted to post the video, but she still haven't. She sent it to me, but it didn't come through. I wanted to show y'all. We was sitting there eating, and this guy literally just... I don't know. Like, we was sitting there outside and on Central and at Yafo, and literally, like... I heard a bunch of chaos. I heard this dude just going crazy. He was just yelling and I'm gonna try to make this short, but he was blanking. And I was just like, I heard the shit. And I'm like, who is all that noise? But I didn't see him yet. So when he came up, he started walking towards us and he's like cussing. He going the fuck off. So the police is walking kind of like parallel to him. So I'm like, damn, is he talking to the police? So the police, I didn't know. It kind of looked like he was talking to himself. Like he was just talking shit about something that happened and he was mad. But the police went the other direction and went inside of the building that was next door to Yafo. It's another restaurant. So I'm thinking, oh, he wasn't talking to the police. So he kept walking, came over there by us. So he's talking shit. Now he telling us some shit. I don't even know. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'm like covering my food up because he kind of like spit when he was talking. I'm like, this motherfucker is tripping, right? So all of a sudden the police I'm talking about the police came out of the restaurant next door and ran up on the nigga, like was trying to grab him, and he's tussling with the police. He's like, oh, wait, you're arresting me for no reason. And he just started planking. I was like, oh my God, what is this? So he's just going ham though, like going bananas and shit. Mind you, there's 2 investigators that's sitting in Yafo eating. I didn't know that. They did look like they was dressed up all nice and shit. But when that happened, they ran out. Because they said, the guy afterward told us that he thought that he was talking to us. Well, he was talking to us, but he was just trying to tell us I don't know what he was talking about. Child, the police done grabbed him up. He couldn't get his other hand behind him to arrest him. He's like, he arrested me. What are you arresting me for? And he's yelling. He's like, it's because I'm black. And then the 2 detectives, it was a black woman and a black man, they started to assist the white officer with containing him. But they had to get rough with him. He started yelling. He couldn't breathe. He started screaming. It was dramatic, man. It was like, God damn. It was so traumatic. I was like, oh my God. Like, what is going on, What did he do? But what happened? But I've said all that to say, it went left. They beat him. They had to fuck him up a little bit to get him, because he was fighting their ass. He was not going. He kept saying because he was black. And what really fucked me up, and I know this, I ain't trying to make it comical, but my sister was trying to be like, hey, what's your name, He told me, I went to Garinger. I was prom king. I was like, oh, I'm done with him now. prom king. What does that have to do with anything? You ain't in high school. Me and her looking like you ain't in high school. I just thought he was tripping at that point. I mean, he was tripping anyway, because I had heard him before the police was even fucking with him. I didn't know what was going on, though. Apparently, he had lost his job on down some, and they had kicked him out because he was acting crazy because he lost his job. And they put a call in, but he just kept raising hell all the way down the whole line or whatever. Either way, he was having a bad fucking day. And if you're already having a bad day, the last thing you want to do is talk shit to the police. You're going to have an even worse day now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to jail. Some stuff is just like, you know, I'm not saying it's right. I don't know what happened. But to me, he was like doing too much. You got to chill. If motherfucking police, if I'm fighting with somebody, I had caught whiff of this early. The rah-rah motherfucker is going to jail. So you want to be the calm person on the scene. You don't want to be the one that's talking all the shit. You want to be like, yeah, officer, I don't know what's going on. You know, you just want to be calm. Because that person is not going to jail. He went crazy. He was going fucking bananas. As if he wanted to go. So... And I'm just saying that to say you have to learn your lesson from that, I hope. Because if you don't learn your lesson and you think you did nothing wrong and you like, oh, I was a black man, I was attacked and I didn't do anything. 9 times out of 10, this thing can happen to you again because you feel like a victim. You think that you didn't do nothing. But you have to own your part in it. If we already know the police fuck with black people, why are you going to do something to do anything to provoke the motherfucker? Like, he was calling the police all kind of pussy ass niggas. And I was like, is he talking to the police? I couldn't figure out if he was talking to the policeman or if he was just saying shit. But come to find out, you know, whatever. But it was just... All I'm saying is... even the shit I just went through, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all about it one day. But I had to take my part in it because I got hurt severely emotionally, but you still play a part in things. You know, you still allow certain things to come into your space, and you have the free will to put yourself in certain situations, if that makes sense. And now, I'm not saying that everyone that has had something bad happen to them was deserving of it or anything. I'm not saying anything like that. All I'm saying is whatever it is that you go through in life, there is a lesson behind it. Whether you invoked it or not, whether you feel like you attracted or not, you can try to figure it out, you know, all of that. But at the end of the day, the thing has happened. So now let's figure out, what is the lesson in this? Or why am I, what is the reason for this? And if you don't even want to think about it too much, that's fine too. But at the end of the day, there's always something to be learned, because life is one big lesson. And the biggest thing for our black community is, if you don't take accountability for things, you know, you're victimizing yourself. And then when you do that, you have pity parties. And when you do that, you stay stagnant. And it's a whole bunch of other domino effects behind that shit. So it's not no need in staying there too long, because you got to figure out how you're going to come back from it, heal from it, figure out how you're going to not let this happen again. Because you are allowed to feel whatever you feel. Even if you feel stupid. Feel stupid. Like, you know, like, just own up to however you feeling. Try to be as emotionally intelligent as you possibly can. And I think we should start with our children, teaching them to be emotionally intelligent and being honest with themselves about how they really feel, because there's always a root feeling that that spills over into the other results, which would be emotions, which would be anger and resentment and things like that. Those are all in result of an initial emotion that you had. So what is the initial emotion? Like all of the things that I went through, I had to think of all the initial, even when because they try to tell me to do counseling, which a lot of people still say I need counseling, but hey, I feel like I can counsel. I know you can't counsel yourself really, but there's a lot of things that I already know. And it's like, what am I telling you for? Like, I could talk to somebody that I fucking know or something. I don't know. I think that's an organic thing. You have to find somebody that you're able to utilize for an outlet. But I learned that, there's feelings up under that, and if we could teach our kids that, they won't be so fucked up when they get older, and they'll be able to process things as they go through them, because life is not meant to be peaches to cream. Like, people be like protecting their children from the real when you're really hurting them from that. You're sheltering them and you're fucking them up. Okay? They need to be aware of life is not just a fucking walk in the park. Now, it can be once you get in the flow, but you have to learn these things. That's like, it's an experience. You can teach them things, but unless they experience it, they can't really grasp the thing. Like, I done told my daughter, don't have sex because this and niggas this. She got to experience it. I told her that, but that don't mean she not gonna fuck with a fuck boy and get her heart broke. Because I don't want her to get her heart broke. Because I'm her mama. I love her. And it hurts me if she's hurt. But she still has to experience it to understand what I'm saying. It's sad, but it's the truth. They don't get it. We don't get it. It's like even the Bible and shit. They say, I tell people all the time, ain't no need to drag your kid to church and making them read some shit. They ain't gonna get none of that shit they reading, unless you can relate it to something that they're literally going through in their life at that time. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit in the Bible that I'm getting, and I'm almost 40. I'm 38. I just now get a lot of the shit that it was saying metaphorically, because everything is not meant to be taken literal. But we're not going to get into the Bible here on this platform, because a lot of people beg to differ, and I believe that everyone has the right to believe in whatever it is that they want to believe in. However, I believe what I believe. I believe once you find God, you find yourself. Once you find yourself, you find God. I feel like there's a lot of things that you have to experience before you can really understand what it's saying. Like, my dad said a lot of shit to me when I was coming up that I did not understand until now. I didn't get it. I just didn't fucking get it, man. And people are going to be people. People are learning just like you're learning. A lot of times we put people on pedestals, and they will allow you to put them on a pedestal because they like that. They like that feeling. But at the end of the day, they're just like us. They're people. And the people make mistakes. The people have emotions. People have this, that. We need to help them be emotionally intelligent. Help ourselves be emotionally intelligent, This way we can learn our lessons better. Because them shits fucking hurt sometimes. And they really, really can be harsh. And if you're weak-minded, you could fall victim to it very easily without even realizing it, and stay stuck and stagnant and be in a reaction for years. Your reactive periods needs to be, my brother always tell me, your reactive period needs to be as short as possible. Whatever happens, the reactive period needs to be short-lived. Because if you stay there, it'll become a characteristic, like Joe Dispenza says. But Princess Williams, she has a foundation. It's called Braveheart Awake. It's on Instagram. You should go check her out. She deals with children one-on-one. She doesn't do a lot of media shit, but she's behind the scenes. She's changing kids' perceptions and lives and making them see who they are and helping them to be more emotionally intelligent, to be able to navigate through their issues that they're having at their age. Like whatever age you're at, those things are big to them. Whatever they're going through, they're big. It's hurting them. It's bothering them. Or there's a lot of suicidal children out here. There's a lot of kids cutting themselves. There's a lot of kids doing fuck shit to themselves because they're not emotionally intelligent. They don't know how to handle them. I feel like if they're taught to do that, those things are very important. Financial, emotional intelligence, allowing children to be themselves and not trying to force beliefs on them and opinions and shit like that. That is like the main shit to blossom a successful individual. I don't understand why we're teaching them all this other shit. Some of this shit don't even matter. Did the motherfucker know how to build a house? Like, goddamn, did the nigga know how to change a tire? It's like they wreck their brain with too much other shit that don't even matter. That's a lot of shit I learned in school that I don't even use. Half that shit I had to learn people skills. I had to learn how to survive and stuff like that. But all these are lessons at the end of the day. Life is one big lesson. And the biggest part of learning your lesson is taking accountability and understanding what the takeaway is. So next time, it's not a repeat. Some niggas die in the same repeat of a lesson they never just learned. It's like, damn. Like this is like being a parent when you like, damn, hurry up and get this because I got some more shit to teach you. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna stay here at this lesson. So we stuck. Can't move. I can't even teach you the next day because we still stuck on this part. I'm waiting on you to get this so I can't move forward with teaching you something new because you ain't fucking got the first part. So, signing out. It's a pleasure talking to y'all. It really is. I'm so thankful that I have an outlet. So whomever's watching, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and become a part of the Queen of Second Chances family. And energetically donate by clicking the thumbs up, please. All you gotta do is hit the thumbs up, you know what I'm saying? That helps me. It helps us. Helps the channel to grow and to be more relevant so more people can get the message. I mean, if you think the message is helping you, let's help everybody. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm just telling you the message. I'm not saying I'm perfect and I do everything I talk about. It don't change the fact that what I'm saying is what it is. The message is what's mattering, not how Julie lives. Because I don't want to get hung up on that. Because I just want to relay things that I know, like things that I know. I just want to share them. Things that I learned, I just want to share them. And likewise, we should do that with each other. And we shouldn't be so, combative and all that competition shit. Like, we in this shit together. It's like, we either gonna goddamn help each other or we gonna fight each other. Which one, what you want to do? I'm me personally, I'm kind of tired of fighting, so I'm cool on that. But yeah, just please share the video if you know somebody that needs to hear it. And until the next time that I come on here with another download, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all.